What we need is not more medication, but more education, because the best prescription is knowledge. This is Exposé coming to you live from Lagos, Nigeria, every Monday on Instagram, YouTube, and Facebook simultaneously. I'm the regular host, Tony Akinyemi. Don't forget, what we need is not more medication, but more education, because the best prescription is knowledge.
In a world swelling with chaos, where the ground seems to shift beneath our feet, it's easy to feel lost and overwhelmed. But amidst the turmoil, there's a beacon of strength, a path to a brighter tomorrow. This year, the 5F conference is back, bigger and better. Join us from Friday, October 4 to Sunday, October 6 for 3 days of transformative power. Experience inspiring sessions with renowned speakers like Reverend Tony Akinyemi, Reverend Hakeem Ogunira, Sawole Abayomi, and Reverend Bayo Asolo. Don't miss out on this life-changing event. Register now at 5fconference.tsfchurch.com and be part of something extraordinary.
Hello and welcome to Exposé with Tony Akinyemi. Today, we're talking your food and your health. And this is brought to you by TSF, the Shepherd's Flock International Church. Today, we're going to be talking about a very controversial food item. I say controversial because there are varying opinions from different schools of thought about this particular food item. Some people think it's a healthy food. Others think it's an unhealthy food. Well, one of the areas of our lives where a lot of conflicting information and confusion exists is in the area of our health. You know, today you may read that a particular thing is good for your health, and then the very next day, you may read or hear again that the very same thing is bad for your health. You know, quite a bit of the pieces of information that we read or hear about are more of propaganda than facts. Sometimes there are actually deliberate ploys by product manufacturers and their advertising agencies to deceive the undiscerning public for economic gains. You know, for instance, in the recent past, tropical oils, and that includes red palm oil, coconut oil, palm kernel oil, these are called tropical oils because the trees that produce the nuts and the seeds that produce the oil are grown in the tropical regions of the world, such as in West Africa, for example. So they are called tropical oils: palm oil, red palm oil, coconut oil, palm kernel oil. Now, these tropical oils in recent past were given a bad name, particularly in North America, and that by suspected, soybean farmers, in order to skew consumers away from tropical oils to soy oil. So in the same vein, we have heard and we have read a lot of propaganda for or against such everyday things as, fluoride in toothpaste, this and this and that and that and that. Well, today our focus is going to be on coconut oil. That's why I said it's a bit controversial. That because we have people for, we have people against. And this is one of the reasons that we all must educate ourselves on what is true as opposed to what is mere propaganda. So I am attempting with this episode of Exposé with Tony Akinyemi, where we share knowledge and information for your wellness and for your health transformation to address a few of these controversies around coconut oil. You know, many people prefer to hear experts speak on subjects where there is controversy or debate. And so I'm going to be relying on the work of some experts as far as the subject of coconut oil is concerned. And when I say coconut oil, I'm referring to premium virgin coconut oil, extra virgin coconut oil. I have read the book by Dr. F.F. Bruce, I believe, yes, F.F. Bruce, I believe that's the name of the author. He did an extensive work on the health benefits and the controversies surrounding coconut oil. Sorry, it's Dr. Fife rather, not Bruce. Dr. Fife, I think it's F-I-F-E, F-I-F-E. And he says a lot, and I recommend that you check out Dr. Fife on Amazon or eBay and get the book on coconut oil, and you'll be well informed. So we're looking at extra virgin coconut oil now. So extra virgin coconut oil, it's coconut oil that is produced as, first of all, cold pressed, not extracted with chemicals, and no heat is applied, as it were, in the extraction process. That's why it's extra virgin. All right. Now, let me begin with what I consider a debunking of the various myths surrounding coconut oil. In other words, I'm going to be telling you first and foremost what coconut oil will not do for you, because some people claim, coconut oil will do this if you take it. So I want to start from there. The first thing I will say is that coconut oil, extra virgin coconut oil, will not, and I underscore that, will not contribute to weight gain. Some people say coconut oils have high calories. You get 9 calories from 1 gram of oil as opposed to, 4 from carbohydrate or protein. So if you take oil, you are going to have a lot of calories. Therefore, you are going to gain weight with it. Incidentally, coconut oil does not make you gain weight. That's the first thing I want to debunk about the wrong opinions or perceptions that people have about coconut oil. It will not make you gain weight if you want to gain weight, or if you're afraid of gaining weight, or if you want to lose weight. Including coconut oil in your diet is not going to make you gain weight. Number 2, coconut oil will not increase your blood cholesterol. That's another lie that is spread out there, that when you take coconut oil, your cholesterol level will go up. No, coconut oil does not allow or does not increase your blood cholesterol. Number 3, coconut oil is not going to contribute to cardiovascular problems or heart disease, one of the cardiovascular diseases. Okay? It is not. Coconut oil does not contribute to heart disease. Number 4, some people say, well, when you have too much fat in your blood cells will begin to stick together and you might be having blood clots. No, coconut oil does not promote platelet stickiness. Neither does it promote thrombosis. That is blood clot formation. It does not. These are all not correct. Okay? That's what coconut oil will not do for you. It will not. Let me explain a few things about oils. Oils come essentially in 2 major categories. Okay? Either you have what we call saturated fatty acids or unsaturated fatty acids. Saturated or unsaturated. Now, saturated oils or fats, again, come in 3 different types. You have the long chain saturated fatty acids, then you have the medium chain saturated fatty acids, and then you have the short chain saturated fatty acids. So when you see saturated fatty acids or oils in the category of saturated fats, they are in three classes: long chain, medium chain, short chain. So all oils are not exactly the same. So what one oil does is not necessarily what the other one will do. You have to know which category of saturated fat you are talking about before you can say, oh, this is what it does in the human body when consumed. Now, so coconut oil happens to be a medium chain saturated fat, MCT, or medium chain triglycerides, MCT, medium chain saturated fat. It's a saturated fat, quite all right, but it belongs to the medium chain. It is not long chain, it is not short chain as such, okay? It is essentially the highest percentage of what constitutes coconut oil is the medium chain saturated fat. Then in the unsaturated category of oils, you have monounsaturated and you have polyunsaturated. Mono, single, poly, many. So when you say monounsaturated, polyunsaturated, there are two different types of saturated fats. Now, unsaturated fats. Now, unsaturated fats such as olive oil, for example, flaxseed oil, essentially the omega-3 oils, these oils have their characteristics. Whether they are saturated or unsaturated will determine how they behave when they are exposed to certain things. For example, when they are exposed to heat. Unsaturated fats are least heat resistant, whereas saturated fats are very heat resistant. In other words, when they are heated, they don't get converted into unnatural forms. For example, we have the cis structure in the chemical structure of fats, CIS. But when some of these oils are heated under high temperature, they get converted into what we call the trans structure. Then they become trans fat. And once they become trans fat, that oil has been damaged, as it were. Okay? The structure has changed from the cis structure to the trans structure under the influence of heat. And that's why such oils that are not heat resistant should not be heated or bleached or used for deep frying. Otherwise, the high heat will convert the oil from the natural form to the unnatural form, which when consumed can then cause problems in the body. So even olive oil, as healthy as it is, when you apply heat to it and you use it for deep frying, you have damaged the oil. Once you damage the oil, it no longer confers the health benefits that it's supposed to confer on you, but it now begins to cause health problems in your body. Similarly, when you take red palm oil is a very healthy oil, very good oil. I know some people are shocked, okay, to hear that. Palm oil, red palm oil, the same red palm oil. Many people run away from it because they believe, oh, it will elevate their cholesterol. Oh, it will do this, it will do that. If you use red palm oil, the right way it should be used, it is very, very beneficial, very, very healthy. And one of the rules is that you must maintain the red color. However you use it to cook, the red color must be intact. The moment you begin to apply heat over extended periods and the color begins to change, and you see the oil smoking, you put palm oil, red palm oil on fire and it's smoking, and smoke is coming out of it, you are damaging the oil. The moment you start bleaching it, you are damaging the oil. Because red palm oil is also supposed to be rich in vitamin E, okay? And it's very, very healthy to consume. But again, it depends on how you use it in cooking. Once you maintain the red color, it is more heat resistant than unsaturated oils, all right, because it is a saturated oil. That's red palm oil. Similarly, coconut oil is also a saturated fat that is heat resistant. Of course, that doesn't suggest that we should be doing deep frying with it as well, simply because it is heat resistant. Because the more you heat it, the tendency to damage it is higher. All right? So now let's zero in on extra virgin coconut oil. In my personal view, based on my studies, the healthiest and the highest quality oil, or let me say one of the healthiest and highest quality oils that I personally recommend to people is extra virgin coconut oil. Others may be like avocado oil, okay, palm kernel oil, red palm oil. But today, our discussion centers around extra virgin coconut oil, your food and your health. For me, it's not a secret anymore that coconut oil is arguably one of the healthiest oil that you can eat, whether you eat it raw or you cook with it or you use it in various other ways, even in your cosmetics, all right? Normally, when I use lotion or body cream or whatever you call it, my best choice is extra virgin coconut oil. Just dip my finger into it, and rub it on my skin. I seldom use any body lotion or cream, okay? And if I use, the commonest that I use is extra virgin coconut oil as a lotion, all right? Now, particularly in the 1970s, 1980s, and maybe even into the 1990s, because of the high medium chain saturated fatty acid content of coconut oil, many people began to promote it as a dangerous oil, all right? And you find even some scientists, some nutritionists, some doctors counseling against the use of coconut oil. But today, as people get more and more better informed with data and with research results, now scientists are beginning to come into agreement that saturated fatty acids are actually needed for optimal health. And coconut oil in particular can help our health in many ways when used correctly, particularly when the oil is made using the correct process of making coconut oil, so that you end up with extra virgin coconut oil. Some people call it premium virgin coconut oil. We're going on a short break, and when we come back, I'll start itemizing all the health benefits, or maybe I should say some of the health benefits of extra virgin coconut oil. I've already told you what it will not do for you. Now, when we come back after this break, I'll start telling you what it will do for you when you use it either in your culinary art or in your cosmetics. Anyway, and I'll be back very shortly.
In a world swelling with chaos, where the ground seems to shift beneath our feet, it's easy to feel lost and overwhelmed. But amidst the turmoil, there's a beacon of strength, a path to a brighter tomorrow. This year, the 5F Conference is back, bigger and better. Join us from Friday, October 4 to Sunday, October 6 for 3 days of transformative power. Experience inspiring sessions with renowned speakers like Reverend Tony Akinyemi, Reverend Hakeem Ogunira, Sawole Abayomi, and Reverend Bayo Asolo. Don't miss out on this life-changing event. Register now at 5fconference.tsfchurch.com and be part of something extraordinary.
Welcome back. This is still Exposé with Tony Akinyemi, brought to you by TSF. What we need is not more medication, but more education. For the best prescription is knowledge. We're talking your food and your health, with specific emphasis today on coconut oil, one of the tropical oils, others being red palm oil, palm kernel oil. Maybe other oils that are considered also healthy, they are not necessarily tropical oils, but are considered healthy, are avocado oil, olive oil, particularly in our culinary arts. Now we looked at what coconut oil will not do for you. the dangers that some people claim coconut oil poses for us, which we have debunked. Now, in this second half, we'll be looking at the benefits that extra virgin coconut oil can actually confer on us as we consume them in our diet regularly. Now, the first thing I should say is that coconut oil is heat resistant. Therefore, it is a very good choice as cooking oil. Cooking oil, you can use it to cook because it has a high percentage of saturated fatty acids. And therefore, it is extremely stable when exposed to heat and even air and even light, because these are three things you should not expose oils to regularly, particularly unsaturated oils. Don't expose them to heat, don't expose them to light, and don't expose them to oxygen lest they get oxidized. That's why you see olive oil, when they are bottled, they are normally put in opaque bottles, either something amber-colored glass bottles or green-colored black bottles, not in transparent glass bottles. So when you see any unsaturated oil, olive oil, for example, in a transparent bottle, you already know that's a red flag. That means that that oil has not been properly packaged. It can be exposed to light over extended period of times while it stays on the supermarket shelf, on the grocery shelf, grocery store shelf. So once you expose them to light, to heat, and to oxygen, it damages the oil, right? But coconut oil, because of the high saturated fatty acid content, does not get damaged when exposed to regular heat at room temperature or regular weather or oxygen or light, all right? Unlike almost all other vegetables in the unsaturated category, coconut oil contains no trans fat at all. It does not, okay? And I've said because of its high resistance to heat, it is very also resistant to free radical formation, particularly when you use it to cook at high temperature. And no oil comes close to being very safe and very healthy for cooking as coconut oil. The temperature at which it begins to smoke is far higher than that of other oils, even palm oil, all right? So one of the good things that coconut oil will do for you is that you can use it to cook at high temperatures, not the kind of temperatures that you find in, ovens that are used for long-term baking and what have you. I'm talking about regular cooking on your stove in your kitchen. Coconut oil can withstand that heat and do well without getting converted into trans fats, okay? Then, number two benefit that coconut oil can also bring is that it can actually speed up your metabolism. Yes, it can speed up your metabolism because about 92% of the fatty acids in coconut oil are saturated fats. Yes, and two-thirds of this 92%, don't forget where we're coming from, about 92% of the fatty acids in coconut oil are saturated fat, saturated fats, and about two-thirds of those saturated fats are medium chain fatty acids, MCTs, okay? And they are different, MCTs are different from other varieties of saturated fatty acids, okay? As soon as we consume them, as soon as you consume MCTs, they are taken straight to your liver, and there the conversion to energy begins. Now, other dietary fats can be stored as fats in our cells. Even carbohydrate, when you eat a lot of carbohydrate, your body converts the carbohydrate to glucose. The glucose goes into your bloodstream. Your body converts the glucose into energy. And the remaining glucose that your body doesn't need for energy, the excess glucose, is converted to fat and stored in your body. But coconut oil doesn't get stored in your fat cells. Rather, the MCTs in coconut oil provides almost instant source of energy and may actually speed up our metabolism. And because of this potential to speed up our metabolism, coconut oil is now the food of choice, particularly for those who find it difficult to shed unwanted weight and those who may be having very low thyroid function. You know, the thyroid also controls our metabolism. It helps us to burn calories. And when you have a sluggish thyroid, then your metabolism slows down. You're not able to burn calories well. You're not able to shed weight on time. But coconut oil helps because it boosts your metabolism, enables you to be able to burn fats for energy. And because of that characteristic of coconut oil, it can actually be used to increase or boost your energy levels, particularly when you feel fatigued. You can mix a tablespoonful or two of extra virgin coconut oil into your smoothie or into your juice and drink. Some people will just take 1 tablespoonful of coconut oil and just drink it straight away. I mean, if you drink too much of it, you might find out that when you go to toilet or poo, down there at the backyard where you are passing out poo-poo may be very greasy and oily, okay? That's just the downside of it if you take too much of it. But if you take, maybe you start from a teaspoonful and then 1 tablespoonful or maybe 2 tablespoonful added to your diet, or you can sprinkle coconut oil on your salad as your salad dressing. And it also helps many of the fat-soluble nutrients in your salad to be well absorbed because of the coconut oil that is present as a dressing on your salad. So that's the second thing that coconut oil will do. Number one, because of its heat resistance, it's low in it doesn't convert to trans fats. It's able to resist heat, so it maintains its integrity even when you use it to cook. It doesn't get damaged easily like other oils get damaged. Number two, it can give you instant energy because it goes straight to your liver, bypasses some of the steps in being converted to energy, and it doesn't get stored in your system as adipose tissue, all right? And number three, for those who have digestive issues, coconut oil can also soothe our digestive systems, our GI tract. Those who are suffering from different types of inflammation in the GI tract, such as Crohn's disease, any inflammation in the GI tract, coconut oil can actually help in soothing that inflammation because it has anti-inflammatory properties, all right? It's able to improve the balance also of your microflora. Your microflora, that is the microorganisms that are inside your body, particularly in your digestive tract. Coconut oil can help. And I was also reading somewhere where a particular component of coconut oil that is called monolaurin, monolaurin, monolaurin. The compound is also known as lauricidin, by the way. And that has antiviral property as well, which means coconut oil can actually handle some viruses as an antiviral agent. So those who have some kind of, intestinal dysbiosis can actually benefit from consuming coconut oil, So what is dysbiosis? Some people might ask. It means imbalance in your intestinal flora. We have friendly bacteria and disease-causing bacteria in our body. Scientists say that the proper balance that we should have is you should have nothing less than 80% of your microflora, the microorganisms in your system, not less than 80% of them must be the good guys, friendly bacteria. And the bad guys, the disease-causing bacteria, should not be more than 20% at any given point in time. That's the 80-20 ratio. 80% good guys, not more than 20% bad guys. So anytime you have a shift where you have more than 20% of the bad guys and less than 80% of the good guys in your system, that is an imbalance, and that is called dysbiosis, all right? So when there is dysbiosis, that can cause all kinds of GI tract issues. And coconut oil has been found to be able to soothe the inflammation that may occur in that region. Now, we also know that coconut oil can also serve, as a cosmetic agent, as a moisturizer for your skin, for example. I told you that the oil I use for my skin is essentially coconut oil. I mean, I don't use it every day. Sometimes maybe not more than 1 or 2 months in a year. During those very dry seasons when I feel, dry skin, that's when I apply it. Otherwise, 8 to 10 months of the year, I don't even apply anything. Nothing, absolutely nothing. I just take my shower, towel my body, and dress up, and off I go. I mean, I know, but for ladies, oh wow, cosmetics is a big thing. It's a big deal. All right, so if you're using lotions, skin lotions, and cosmetics for your skin and what have you, it can even be used on your hair as well. All right, coconut oil. And if you're using any cosmetic, one of the rules I give to people is, look at the list of ingredients on that jar. If there are very sophisticated, complex chemical names listed that you can't even pronounce, then don't use it. Coconut oil is easy to pronounce, so that's a very good skin lotion, natural moisturizer for your skin that I highly recommend. So in addition to the potential healing properties that coconut oil can confer, both for intestinal health and various other things, it's an exceptional skin moisturizer as well. And it doesn't contain, particularly when it's extra virgin coconut oil, it doesn't contain, toxic chemicals that you find in most, commercial moisturizers. It's easily absorbed into the skin. It can prevent free radical damage. It can prevent skin sagging. It can prevent wrinkling, or at least slow down wrinkling. It may even be able to restore strength to the, collagen and the underlying connective tissue on our skin, under our skin. So it's a very good one as a product of good health, both used internally and externally. And so, as we begin to round up today on coconut oil, let me begin to highlight in bullet form what coconut oil will do for your health, the benefits to derive from it. Now, Dr. Ben Kim of Canada, if you go to his website, drbenkim.com, has actually written a lot about coconut oil, and he also offers very wonderful premium virgin coconut oil available for sale. I mean, I don't have any commercial interest on that website. I'm just mentioning, where you can get good products. I've mentioned Amazon.com, eBay. They don't pay me royalty. They don't pay me any commission, okay? I'm just telling you the sources where you can find good products. And I highly recommend Dr. Ben Kim's website, Dr. Ben, B-E-N, Kim, K-I-M, Dr. D-R-B-E-N-K-I-M, drbenkim.com. It's a Canadian chiropractic doctor, and he offers very wonderful products at his website. Now, from his writings, he gives very good summary of what coconut oil will do for our health. Number one, he says that coconut oil will actually, support and enhance our immune system. Coconut oil can also help to regulate blood sugar and prevent, diabetes or control diabetes. And by the way, one of the things I recommend for what I call the cocoa keto diet for diabetics, cocoa keto smoothie rather. I have a recipe that I call the cocoa keto smoothie for diabetic patients, which I normally recommend for them to take as their breakfast. It contains 1 or 2 tablespoonfuls of coconut oil, extra virgin coconut oil. And by the way, if you haven't gotten my book, my daughter and I collaborated to write that book. My daughter is a medical doctor, an MD. I am a nutritionist, so we collaborated. We wrote that book. It's called Defeating Diabetes. We have the second edition out now. You can go to my website, www.tonyakinyemi.com. And you can have a downloadable version there in PDF format for just a token, Defeating Diabetes. So in my cocoa keto breakfast smoothie, as part of an anti-diabetic program, you will find coconut oil included in that recipe. So that's the second thing coconut oil will do. Number one, it supports our immune system. Number two, it can help you to regulate your blood sugar. Number three, Dr. Ben Kim also says that coconut oil can actually help to prevent osteoporosis. Osteoporosis is the loss of bone density, particularly in women of menopausal age. All right, when women enter into menopause, there's a tendency for them to start losing bone density. So when falls take place, they easily fracture their bones. So when you take coconut oil regularly, Dr. Ben Kim says it can help to prevent the gradual loss of bone density. And number four, it can help to prevent premature aging and wrinkling of your skin. Number five, it can keep your skin smooth and soft, both by eating it and applying it on the surface. Don't forget that I always encourage people to eat their cosmetics rather than apply their cosmetics. So when you eat avocado oil, when you eat almond, when you eat olive oil, when you eat coconut oil, you're actually eating your cosmetic because it goes inside there because your skin has multiple layers and it starts rebuilding your skin from underneath. By the time that skin underneath finally emerges on the surface, because the one on the surface is the oldest layer, and it wears off, it dies off, and it flakes off as you wash and scrub. It flakes off, okay? And then the next layer emerges, and a new layer is built underneath it. Our skin is in multiple layers like that, okay? So when you eat your cosmetic, coconut oil, avocado, pear, and what have you, you are rebuilding your skin from underneath. When it finally shows up on the surface, it glows. All right, that's how it helps your skin to be smooth and soft. It can also help to protect against skin cancer and blemishes, according to Dr. Ben Kim. It can also improve your energy. I've already underscored that before. It can reduce your risk of developing heart disease. Rather than causing heart disease, it can actually reduce your risk of developing heart disease. And Dr. Ben Kim says it can also reduce your risk of developing cancer. It can improve your ability to digest your food and absorb your nutrients, particularly the fat-soluble nutrients. It can promote weight loss, according to Dr. Ben Kim, and it can help you to maintain your ideal weight. And it can help to prevent bacterial, fungal, and viral infections. I told you about lauricidine, which is a kind of monolaurin that is present in coconut oil and can actually help to accomplish that antiviral effect. All right, so once again, let me say in conclusion, coconut oil is not going to make your cholesterol to go up. It's not going to make you gain weight. It's not going to contribute to heart disease. It's not going to make your blood become thick and suffer blood clots or platelets stickiness. No, coconut oil will not do any of those things. So the verdict is in: extra virgin coconut oil is a healthy oil. Go for it. Thank you for spending your time with me this beautiful Monday evening, 8 p.m. West African time, every Monday, for Exposé with Tony Akinyemi, where we share information for your health transformation. What we need, again, is not more medication, but more education. For the best prescription is knowledge. I invite you to please visit my website, www.tonyakinyemi.com. We have a lot of resource materials out there, and now they are available in digital format. You can download them for a token, and that's where we generate little income to be able to maintain the work that we do, maintain our websites, and pay bills relating to this work that we do regularly. Because, of course, you know that it costs money to keep this going, and we don't do fundraising, we don't solicit for people to support what we do. The only way you can support our work is to, patronize some of our resource materials, which is what is now available at my website, tonyakinyemi.com. You find books there, newsletters there for prices that are ridiculously low, incredibly low for the content that they offer. And direct your friends and your colleagues there. And apart from supporting our work, it will also bless them tremendously. Once again, have a terrific week ahead of you. Until I see you next week on the same platform, same time, may your week be blessed. Bye.
In a world swelling with chaos, where the ground seems to shift beneath our feet, it's easy to feel lost and overwhelmed. But amidst the turmoil, there's a beacon of strength, a path to a brighter tomorrow. This year, the 5F Conference is back, bigger and better. Join us from Friday, October 4 to Sunday, October 6 for 3 days of transformative power. Experience inspiring sessions with renowned speakers like Reverend Tony Akinyemi, Reverend Hakeem Ogunira, Mr. Wale Abayomi, and Reverend Bayo Asolo. Don't miss out on this life-changing event. Register now at 5fconference.tsfchurch.com and be part of something extraordinary.